your channel since I shared to him. And sometimes he discusses more with me. And now he sent me a message about the video that he could see from our last night discussion. And maybe we can, answer him together. So this is quite a long message. I will read it. I just watched a video of the Tabarwa meeting regarding the meditation retreat. In it, I heard about 2 incidents. First, there was a monk who explained that going for alms is a way of following his Dhamma, but the police took him away, and he has been upset ever since. And second, Sayale Amoha regarding you. An Easterner has a problem with you joining the retreat. And later, whatever was mentioned, like you putting your feet up in the car or taking food from the sayadaw, they have problems with such trivial matters and feel that you are rude. How did you feel at that moment? The master from whom I took sannyas, because he's Indian, so sannyas, somebody knows to explain, to take sannyas? I don't know. To take vows also, to take lineage, to follow one of the teachers.
What is it called?
Sanya, to take sannyas. Sannyasi. Yes, so it is same, like to follow, to take a vow that you follow this teacher, you become his disciple. So the master from whom I took sannyas and became a monk, Osha, he follows Osha, this person, was always against this. He opposed the idea that society or other people should dictate how a monk or a nun should live, sit, stand, eat, or drink. If they do, monks and nuns simply become slaves to the people, forced to mold their behavior, to adjust, but it means like this.
Forced into a certain
To force, that monks and nuns have to force their behavior according to the others' expectations, just for show. For Osher, monks and nuns, there is only one mandatory requirement: meditation. He used to say that your true character will emerge, will appear, from your meditation and awareness. As for the 5 precepts they were discussing at the meeting, Osha believed they will arise naturally as you mature inwardly, internally. One shouldn't become obsessed with forcefully imposing them from the outside. I know that you are there because of Sayadaw and the teachings of the Buddha. It is possible that people are jealous of you, or perhaps this is actually a wonderful opportunity for you, for your own sadhana, spiritual practice, that will help you grow further. This is one message. I don't know, there are more messages. So he continues later, after I replied a little bit to him. And I'm also thinking about the people who are taking pictures of you. Their focus is not inward, which is the very reason they joined the Dhamma retreat. Instead, their focus is on others and what they're doing. I can understand that Sayadaw has to manage such a large organization and get Dhamma work done through these people, which is why he might not be openly taking your side in front of them. However, I feel he should speak the truth about this, because I can clearly see the trust he has in you. Such incidents keep happening in ashrams and centers in India too. For the person experiencing it, this is a wonderful opportunity to go deeper into the Dhamma and grow. Perhaps this is also why Guru doesn't interfere in such matters. I just hope this doesn't damage your confidence, because I have been through similar situations myself and I know how much it can shake you. Actually, the English word self-confidence doesn't quite capture it. In Hindi, the exact word for it is Atmavishwas, which means having profound trust in your deep inner truth, or trust in the Dhamma itself. So this is his sharing. Where I can reply just about how I felt from my side, and then you can refer, Sayadaw, to his sharing what he knows from Indian culture and his teacher Osho. Because many people, actually many Westerners, know about Osho. Osho? No. Yes. So at that moment, if he's asking how I felt at that moment, hearing the things told about me, those things which we wouldn't prefer to hear, and we wouldn't prefer to be said in front of others too. I really, at that moment, I lost mindfulness and I got lost in Vedana, in the unpleasant feeling. I could have some mindfulness to recognize that unpleasant Vedana, but I was so much shocked to hear that information which I don't know of, and which I started doubting, if I really don't remember doing like this, it must be that I can be so mindless. So I lost, for that time, I was just lost in the shock of hearing that I can be doing things which are not appropriate for my own eyes and my own view. And I know mind can be so cheating, and mind can bring us into delusion about ourselves and about our own image. And I usually take care of it not to be blind. And also I take criticism of others to be able to reflect. Because I'm not an enlightened person and there can be mistakes. And with my experience of learning Dhamma and practicing, I can see that actually whatever happens is not my mistake, it is not me doing. And there is no intention to do it in this way or in that way if there is a mistake. But I'm also careful to preview and not to make mistakes. So in this case, it was quite shocking and painful physically in the chest, which was quite new sensation because lately I have been experiencing many instances of my karma, of some situations happening where, like this time, something ridiculous happens that has no reason, has no basis. Like I didn't register for the retreat because I understood this is for yogis to register. And actually yogis means monastics too. Although usually we say monks, nuns, and yogis, and in this time, yogis meant everyone, and I didn't register, and the problem appeared. So I understand this is really karma coming up because there is no real problem, no real reason for a conflict. So I take it just as karma, and then I don't develop any feeling, any worry on the mind. I just keep watching the mind, that the mind stays stable because mind is grounded in the practice, and there is the knowing of the true practice, knowing of the impermanent nature, knowing of the changing, knowing of not grasping as me and mine, and knowing that there can be good and bad and anything. So I don't take personally whatever praises or whatever insults I might be receiving, which started happening since I ordained. Really more and more, and since I started teaching, also more and more things like this happen. And somebody sent me once a picture in the groups where people were blaming me. Somebody sent a picture. There was a little kitten, very cute kitten, sitting next to a computer and saying, I just wrote a comment and now they are insulting me. And from this picture I understood that the life that we are having now on the internet is just samsara also. The life on internet shows us samsara because there is so much relationship between people on the internet, and just writing a comment, participating, makes you already experience all different reactions from people, which is just the nature of life, the nature of dukkha, the nature of ignorance shown through all these communications. So all these situations, actually, they are helpful for me to see that my mind is stable. But since I came to America, I was even telling Virginia, Ellie, that now I feel my mind is somehow less stable. Maybe because I was in Switzerland for 3 weeks at home. And I felt that my mind is less stable now. And then this situation happened. So it struck me. At that moment, my feeling, I felt physical pain. And I couldn't believe that I can be acting like that. But there was a great relief when I continued listening and I could hear that actually other things and other facts that she was bringing don't have anything to do with me. They are not about me, they are about the confusion, and we have videos that can prove that I was not at the place, and I understood, what a relief, actually this is just a mistake. And then again I understood, this is just karma only. And I'm happy to see that I don't have any negative response to the person who is bringing this karma to me. I only understand how my mind reacts. So I see the teaching and I see the practice, and when I had this relief, I could already come back to my mindfulness and keep watching the mind. But for some time I lost it, and later I just understood that I needed to continue the practice and know the unpleasant Vedana just like unpleasant Vedana, unpleasant feeling. Only knowing unpleasant feeling, but I was suffering at that moment from that unpleasant feeling because I possessed it with I. So at that moment I missed to practice and I remembered only later. But anyway, I'm quite glad to see that there is no negativity against the other, and that the mind still continues to know and not getting involved, and that I trust that whatever is happening is Dhamma happening, not someone happening. So there can't be anything wrong. The law happens only according to the cause and effect. And the cause and effect is not mine. Cause and effect only. cause and effect, like the nature, like ever-changing impermanent nature without self. So this is our mistake of meditators, that even if we start paying attention to karma, we still possess karma. We still have the view that my karma, I did like this. We start to be ashamed of our own action in the past when we see what karma happens now, brings now. But this is also self. So by all these instances, difficulties, challenges, I really, like Mehul Suchak is writing, that I really take it as Dhamma step to practice. And also understand this can be a great example for everyone around. And people who sometimes try to support me, I just remind them not to become negative, to blame others for blaming me. Because there are people who want to help, who see my side. But this is wrong, to take sides. Other time, at other conditions, everything depends on conditions. They can also see something differently in me and they may dislike. So we shouldn't take sides, and we should understand the nature of impermanence. And we should not follow the negative mind. Even if we want to support someone, we can see from the view of Dhamma how we see this situation. So at some point I was hurt, but at many other points I'm ready to pay this price of this pain just to learn Dhamma and to continue seeing the results of Dhamma. So you want I remind you of some points that he shared about Osho teaching that he relates? I can remind you. So what I noticed, that he gives an example of how Osho was speaking about monastics, that most importantly they should just meditate, and the society should not try to shape them to sit like this, to go like this, to do like this, because otherwise monastics become like, they create fake behavior just to show what the others want from them. Because Osho believes that the practice builds up itself with the time. And also 5 precepts are important to the extent that practitioners understand them, and with the growth of Dhamma, they start keeping them naturally. Yeah, so these main points that he brings as an example from Osho. Well, and then he also says that from the one side, he says, why wouldn't you speak more openly if you have trust in me? On the other side, he understands that teachers should not interfere in such matters because such matters happening among people naturally. Give them good example so that they can grow in their practice of Dhamma and understanding from life experience.
In about 15 minutes, can I borrow the volunteers to help me in about 15 minutes?
How many?
15.
How many people?
The men.
We can do this.
Okay, okay. For kitchen?
Yeah, and arrangement for the retreat tomorrow and parking. I need to go discuss with them about parkings.
Give a 15-minute talk only. After will be for females.
How about after lunch? We have more time.
After lunch, are we going over there?
No, for them, volunteering after lunch is
But
possible.
we are going over to the other side after lunch. Are they coming too?
Yes, we will come. Only short time, is it right? Going there.
Yeah, probably an hour.
Yes, we can do after that, is it?
Sure.
Because we are just studying, not too long.
Okay.
So
So
they
we'll
can.
do it after lunch?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So then
He also mentioned jealousy. He also said about jealousy. Some people can see.
This is cause and effect. For me, I allow requests from many people. Maybe 99.9% of requesting to me, I allow. I accept. That's why whenever I request, I can get confirmation. This is cause and effect. But most of the people are not accepting like this. They will reject maybe 90%. That's why they are requesting will be rejected most of the time. Cause and effect. This is the way I have been doing good deeds. But I'm not grasping to do like this, to understand like this. I'm just using only. The answer yes or no are not important. Just doing only and accepting both of yes and no, accepting only. But I already did many fulfilling the desire of the people. That's why most of my asking or requesting are allowed.
You're talking now about the volunteers' request.
Yes? Cindy, firstly wish to do now, to do 15 minutes later, But in my sight, we have time. The whole day, we have time. We have enough time. The evening. That's why I don't want to stop question and answer because of volunteering. Because Dhamma question and answer are the greater good deeds. Volunteering is not the greater good deeds. I myself is doing the same. I will choose the biggest good deeds. In this way, I can get bigger good consequence. They are only cause and effect. No one is doing, no one is getting. Both of cause and effect are also to be using only without grasping or attaching. This is the same for solving all the problems. In my sight, teaching of Osho is concerned with created truth of someone. The side effect is attaching on monastic life and live life. That is not the best. Doing only is the best. I already learned a lot from the former meditation master. Especially from Myanmar. Osho is foreigner, so I had and learned from him only a few years ago. But I have been learning a lot, especially from Myanmar meditation master and meditators. Because of teaching to the foreigners like you, I'm also learning from you and foreign meditation master. But different people, different time, different place, different situation, but the same problems concerned with ignorance and attachment. Attachment is the cause of suffering, difficulties. So detachment is the real solution. We need to detach from every attachment. But this kind of theory and practice are really difficult to understand. So there's side effect of this teaching and practice is not easy to understand and practice. It will take a few months or a few years to understand this kind of teaching and practice. I will explain more. From the beginnings of practicing meditation, I accepted endless life cycle, like infinite universe. Because of the scientists, we accept infinite universe. So also because of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, I started to accept endless life cycle. If we accept present life, we must accept past life and future life. If we are not accepting present life, we don't need to accept past and future life also. Even present life or present moment is to use only. Grasping and attaching use are wrong. Using only is right. We are misusing present life and present moment. If we accept past life, we are misusing past life as real. If we accept future life, we are also misusing future lives as real. This is the same for present moment. We are misusing present moment as real something. That's why we are also misusing past moment and future moment as something real. That understanding, I'm explaining about understanding. Thinking something or someone as real is wrong understanding. Because of attachment on self, or someone, or something, or sometime and someplace, we are misunderstanding. I'm real, you are real. My property is real, my country is real. So also we are misunderstanding the other country as real. In fact, nothing is real, no one is real. Only cause and effect of selfless impermanent nature is real. But cause and effect are also not to reject and attach, to be using only. This is the highest and complete truth to understand and practice. Even if you can understand, you are difficult to teach. Because of teaching of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, I'm sure many monks and lay people already got enlightenment and passed away, but even if they understood, they are difficult to teach like this. That's why in Myanmar, there are many well-known meditation masters who already passed away. Nearly all of them, nearly all teaching, nearly some teaching of all of them were accused as wrong. Not the same as Buddhist literature. This is because they are not Sammasambuddha. Only Sammasambuddha is skillful to teach clearly what he already understands without mistake. If we are not Sammasambuddha, we are sure to make mistake in both of our understanding and teaching. But this is not easy to understand and accept. Understand or accept. For the follower of Osho, they believe teaching of Osho is 100% true. Like that. This is the same for other followers. Even most of the meditation master may believe their teaching is complete. This is traditional mistake of the meditation master who are not Sammasambuddha. Only Sammasambuddha is complete. The other Buddhas or enlightened ones are not complete. I accept teaching of Osho, you already mentioned or explained, but I'm not grasping. The real grasping use is wrong. Using with attachment is wrong. Using only is right. Teaching with attachment is wrong. Teaching only is right. Teaching with detachment is right. So we should try to see from the side of selfless cause and effect. So now you are learning from me. Because of you are learning from someone, you attach on both of learning and teaching. That's why you all will be teaching like me in this life or in future life because of your attachment. At that time, you all are sure to receive back what you already behave to me. Your physical, verbal, and mental action concerned with me all will come back to you when you are teaching like me. I'm not teaching about you and me. I'm just teaching about cause and effect. We attach, we all attach in doing good deeds like this. That's why, because of our attachment, we are sure to, to experience the same in different time, maybe different life. If you try hard, you can be a teacher even in this life, and then you will experience the same as you already behave to me and to other meditation teacher. That is your karma. You will reap what you sow. So everyone, this is the same for me. I'm receiving my past karma. Life is endless. That's why all of your lives are also the same of my previous life. All of your good and bad actions are also concerned with my this or previous life, previous action. This is the same for all. So nothing is strange. No one is strange. The same or similar cause and effect of selfless impermanent nature. This is simple, but 100% true. The truth is really powerful. I use this cause and effect to reduce my past bad deeds, bad debt. In this way, I can receive back from my past good deeds also. In my past life, I'm sure I already did many good deeds, but not getting good consequence because of my bad habit and mistake. Now I'm being bad for my past bad karma. That's why I can get success not only for present good deeds, but also from past good deeds. If you are not paying back your bad karma like me, you will not get success like me. So this is simple, but only by practice you can understand fully. You can understand with full belief, without any doubt. Only by listening, you are difficult to accept and understand. That's why we should do good deeds to everyone, not only to me. If you believe only in me and not believing to the others, you will experience the same as a teacher. You as a teacher in the future, you will be believed by someone who believe only in you, not in your followers. The same cause and effect. This is the traditional mistake of most of my followers. They believe only in me, not any other master or other followers. That's why they are not having problem with me, but they are having problem with each other. I already sacrificed my life, not only for Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, but also for meditators and refugees. That's why I'm receiving some of the followers like Xiale Yong and Aloka. They are also sacrificing their life for me because I already did the same. Not to them, not especially to them also. I sacrifice my life, not only for Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, but also for my followers or meditator. That's why I receive back the same action. If I'm not sacrificing, if I'm not sacrificing like this, no one will sacrifice for me. This is sure. Most of the leaders may not have faithful devotee or disciple because of their karma. This is the law of karma. I'm explaining about karmic law from the side of karma, not from my side, not from the side of someone. This is selfless Dhamma game. Football, boxing, filming, music, all are game. Education, politics, business, AI, all are game. But Dhamma this is the complete game. You should learn about Dhamma, selfless Dhamma. You should learn about cause and effect, and then you should try to be skillful in this Dhamma game.
Thank you for the explanation, Sayadaw. I will share just listening to this. I was catching my mind sometimes at satisfaction of understanding and at satisfaction of knowing that I already practice like this. And I had to detach from this mind, because if I allow the satisfactory mind, knowing that I already practice like this, continue, I will not progress more. I will not be able to understand more. So I see this understanding happens and I just detach. Not my understanding, just understanding only. And what you finished now saying about the game, this is the way I see it myself. And yesterday, sitting here, I was exactly sacrificing myself to the situation and was just wondering how this all will evolve. Something will change. Everything is changing. Evolve means develop. This situation will somehow change. It will give some result. It will give some, maybe some solution. So I was feeling just trust that Dhamma, pure Dhamma is happening, and just we need to be patient to see what it brings next. We don't need much to do something, we just need to endure and not to do worse, not to create new negative karma. But as you were now explaining that it is difficult to understand like this, and to know like this, and to practice like this, I was seeing my practice, and I see that we must have really stable mind for this practice. Because if our mind is not stable, even if we understand when a challenging situation happens and the mind is not stable, it will not live the understanding. It will not experience the understanding. It will fall in the illusion of someone and something. But if our mind is stable, it can use the right understanding and apply the right understanding in every situation without being lost in the intensity of the situation. So as you notice mistakes of many practitioners, this is what I can see from my own example, that first we hear, we learn intellectually. Then we try to understand with our own reflection, contemplation, and practice. And then we may understand better. But if our mind is not stable and is not pure, in the challenging situation, we will lose the power of this understanding, and we will just follow the difficulty of the situation, the reaction, the frustration, the desire to control, because our mind may have doubt, it may have anger can appear, or any other obstacles or defilements can appear at the moment of the challenge, and the ignorance will win over this understanding. So only the pure and stable mind that we practice with mindfulness and detachment, this brings the purity. By detachment, it brings the purity, and by continuous mindfulness, it brings the stability. And in this case, we can sacrifice ourselves to the happening of the karma.
Okay. Seattle. Um, in the last several years, I've noticed working with family members, working in different industries, it seems like almost nobody is truly present, truly listening, truly aware of what it is that they're doing. And I come to realize this over years, and oftentimes people think they believe that they are doing good deeds, they believe that they are helping, And oftentimes they're just making things worse. And usually there is no way to communicate that. So like a family member, somebody, a superior at work, they believe, oh, I'm helping you, but they haven't understood what is needed or even the consequences of what they're doing. And I find often in these situations, it's hard to know what to do. On one hand, you can go along with what they're doing and allow them to do harm. Another hand, you can fight against them, argue with them, try to make them understand, maybe be patient, maybe wait for an opportunity for more understanding. But it's very, very hard. And I see you working through these problems. For example, we got kicked out of the house in Hacienda Heights, or the issues staying here, and you deal with people so skillfully. And I wonder how to deal with people out in the world better without being stuck in these situations of misunderstanding. So hard to achieve a good outcome most of the time. Even if I feel like I know what is right, to be able to actually get there, to be in a situation where people are in agreement, people understand each other, it's almost impossible most of the time. And I got so stressed out with this, I ended up going into isolation for over a year because I needed help from other people just for basic things. And, you know, family members, friends, they say they love you, they say they care about you. And oftentimes that's their own ego. They believe that they're doing something out of true caring. But oftentimes it seems like they just want to feel good about believing they're doing a good thing. And so I have been mostly staying away from people, afraid of what they might do in the attempts to do something good, and afraid of what I might do, trying to do good for them, because I realized I didn't understand what is the proper way. And I see that you have learned this over many years. And so I wonder how to start playing this game, as you just said. You said everything is a game, business is a game, relationships are a game. How to do this in a non-destructive way, how to start learning to be better and affecting better outcomes, better deeds.
Only practice make perfect. If we we know about well-known musician, football player, boxer, they practice nearly all the time. They invest their time, their life only for music, football, boxing. That's why they are better than the other. This is the game. Everything is game. That's why we should learn a lot and we should practice at the same time. Theory and practice should be together most of the time. Buddhist literature or teaching and biography of the well-known meditation master are the theory we should learn. At the same time, we should do good deeds limitlessly. If we accept limit, we accept self. In order to detach from self or limit, we should practice and understand beyond our limit. Before I started practicing meditation, I sacrificed my life in education. I strongly wish to be one of the graduated person and also a good teacher. Because of the unstable politics, school and university close and often, most of the time. In this way, I decided, I changed my mind to be a businessman rather than a teacher. And then I became a really hardworking business owner. After that, I was invited to practice meditation in the meditation retreat like this. So from 1999, I started learning and practicing meditation. Learning, practicing and teaching meditation till now. I have over 25 years continuous experience about doing all kinds of good deeds limitlessly. So meditation or doing good deeds is my life. Because I detach from everything in doing good deeds and practicing meditation. I'm detached from business. I'm detached from my belongings. I'm detached from my life, my desire, my habit, as much as possible. That's why Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha are the one with me. We are not in my side. I'm from the side of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha because of detaching from myself. I'm not grasping Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha as my religion or teacher. Most of the Buddhists are grasping or attaching as our religion, our teacher. That is not fully right. Because of grasping on one religion, we are fighting with other religion. Or we have problem, argument with the other religion. Because of using only. No problem with any religion or non-religion. There are many problems. Even in my own meditation center, concerned with the belongings of the power center, there are many problems. Concerned with my followers, concerned with the monks, concerned with monks, nuns, and lay people who are staying in the power center, there are many problems. But I'm not. Most of the people are interested to solve the problem concerned with belongings of the power center and the power resident. But in my side, as a founder, as a teacher, I already learned a lot from many people for over many years. Now the power center is 18 years old. Within only compared with other meditation center, the power center is too young, but a lot of experience. Many people are doing good deeds for short term or long term in the power center. That's why I'm skillful, especially in detachment. I'm not urgent to solve the problem because I understand nothing is permanent. Problems are impermanent. With this right understanding, I'm not grasping as problem. I understand as nothing. That's why no need to solve for me, but for the other people, they cannot detach and understand like me. That's why I need to solve the problem urgently for the other, not for me. But I'm solving the problems concerned with ignorance and attachment. This is real problem. Now I'm explaining about the truth to you all. This is solving real problem, the most important problem. Because of doing good deeds like this, I believe the other created problems will be solved when there is right time. This is indirect. Most of the people are not solving the problem concerned with ignorance and attachment. Now volunteers are solving the problem for lunch, for cleaning. So this is the same for most of the donors, volunteers, and meditator. They are not solving the problem. They are not much solving the problem concerned with ignorance and attachment. That's why, as a teacher or leader, I emphasize to solve the biggest problem concerned with ignorance and attachment. In this way, the Bhava is developing more and more quickly. But I'm just doing only, not grasping, not rejecting. That's why everyone is free. Every good or bad action are free to do in the power center, but not in other center. There's a control in most of that place. And most of the people. Because of attachment on controlling, I can detach from controlling. That's why I don't need to control. But I don't need to worry also. You are controlling because you worry. I don't worry, that's why I don't need to control. I can detach from bad consequence. You all are attaching on bad consequence, that's why you need to worry. Attachment is the real problem, but most of the people don't understand like this. So I solve the real problem, that's why I don't need to solve other unreal problem intentionally. So if you cannot solve the misunderstanding and mistake of the other, you should practice to detach, because the real problem is attachment. Attachment of yourself and the others. So if you are detaching from your own and collective attachment, you are really solving the problem. In order to detach, you must do more and more good deeds. Without doing limitless good deeds, you are difficult to detach.
So even if the consequences are very serious, maybe someone dies, maybe something gets destroyed, no matter what, just detachment from all outcomes. Um, and that is the real problem to be solved in all cases. Is that my understanding correctly? So Like, I've had a lot of friends and family members in bad situations, life in danger. Oftentimes, the solution is very clear, can never get there. And so, even in that scenario, detachment from any and all outcomes, that is the solution.
Nothing is real. Being alive and death are also not real. But attachment on being alive and death is real problem. So if we are facing with death or dead body, we should detach from death and dead body. In this way, there will be less and less problems concerned with death. Now they are killing with each other because of politics. We cannot stop all this killing for sure, but we can detach. In this way, we are helping the people who are killing each other to detach from killing and being killed. In this way, there will be less and less killing and being killed. This is solving the root cause of the problem. So this is really effective and powerful. So we are not rejecting the tradition of the society, but we are not attaching also. If you are for the people in the society, if they are not rejecting, they are sure to be attaching. If they are not attaching, they are sure to be rejecting. This is wrong using. Using only is no rejecting, no attaching. I'm able to be using only for both of good and bad consequence. That's why I can reduce less and less bad consequence for me and for the power center because of detaching from bad consequence. I'm not controlling everyone, every member of the power center, not to do bad deeds. That is not really working. I'm just detaching from the bad deeds of the member of the power center. You will be smoking because of attachment. You will be breaking preset for sex because of attachment. Only when you can detach, you can keep preset. You need to detach from breaking preset. In order to detach from breaking preset, we need to detach from every attachment. Some attachments are difficult to practice. Some are easy. So we can start from easy practice of detachment. In this way, we can save the power of detachment. If the power of detachment is stronger, we can detach from the most difficult attachment also. Detachment means no thinking about killing and being killed, no thinking about stealing and being stolen. Just thinking about keeping preset, helping people, practicing mindfulness and detachment. We should not be interested in not practicing meditation, not keeping preset, not helping people. Most of the people are not interested in volunteering. Even if we are experiencing not volunteering of the other, we should detach, we should not attach. But most of the people are attaching. This is misusing. Because of they are attaching on not keeping preset, there will be more and more attachment on not keeping preset. In this way, the problems will not be solved. You can share what you understand.
Okay.
Everyone, yeah.
Okay.
So, by wanting to affect a good outcome, worrying about whether somebody's risking their life, worrying if somebody's going to destroy a business that we're building together, it's all attachment. And these are some of the strongest attachments. These are some of the hardest ones, at least I've found, to get rid of. You know, I care about my family and my friends, and yes, it has been my attachment to these things that has kind of destroyed my life, to tell you the truth. And that's why I'm staying away from them. And I have not known how to proceed with life after going off into isolation, because I don't want to come back into the world and be back into those same scenarios. And so, yes, it makes sense to, the only way to go about life from here is to get rid of these attachments and by focusing on meditation, focusing on the precepts, cutting off the smaller attachments, bad habits, get the ability to sit still, ability to calm the mind, and fully recognize that none of these attachments are to anything real. Only thing is real is, what is it called? Impermanent nature. What is the word?
Ever changing. You say as you feel. Ever changing, selfless, impermanent nature.
Ever changing, selfless, and permanent nature. And all of these problems that I've been trying to solve are small. Maybe non-existent is the right word. And the only real problems to be solved is wrong belief, wrong understanding, wrong action. And so the point of these teachings is not to solve all of the little problems and not to make your life better, but to create a world where more and more people can have the right understanding. And as more right understanding develops in more and more people, then less and less bad outcomes, bad deeds happen, more opportunity for more good deeds. Maybe not in this life, maybe in the next life. And I should not be attached to having success in this life or affecting all positive outcomes in this life. Just focus on practice, focus on understanding, keeping precepts, and then naturally, good deeds will flow and spread through other people as well.
Thank you, Austin, for your question and for the teaching that Sayadaw gave. Thanks to your question, and thank you for your sharing. Very interesting to meet a new person and see this new way of understanding. And I only wanted to maybe to share, like, to summarize what Sayadaw was teaching before. That, as you said, that you understand that we shouldn't be trying to solve all separate problems, that we need to solve the biggest problem of ignorance and attachment, right? This is what you also explained now. And I wanted just to share that Sayadaw is teaching us from the position where there is no problem, as you said, maybe there are no problems. He's teaching us from the position, he's talking from there where there is no problem, because there is no life and death. If there is no life, there is no problem. And whatever we do and wherever we face a problem, this is our fear of death in that particular situation. Fear that this outcome will be not desirable, the outcome of something that I don't want like this. Because we believe, like you were saying, we have false beliefs. So yes, the only thing to do is just to be detaching from our beliefs, fake, false beliefs. And when we just detach, we even don't need to look for the truth and for the right understanding. Just by detaching from what we know and what we believe, the right understanding will come. And there won't be problem if we are not grasping life and death. So, ever-changing, selfless, impermanent nature is when we don't grasp life and death. This is the nature of the change without someone being born, without someone dying. Thank you, really. I also appreciate it.
So ignorance and attachments are the real creator. All living beings and all non-living beings or infinite universe are the products of ignorance and attachment. So if we are saying about human beings and human beings, animals are real. In the level of normal living beings, we all are real. Universe is real. But if we are seeing from the side of the Creator, which is ignorance and attachment, nothing is real. No one is real. All are just creation. If we see from the side of art, only art is real. Whatever created by art are not real. So that's we should accept ignorance and attachment in order to detach from living beings and non-living beings. In this way, we will be creator with our ignorance and attachment. We should accept like this in order to detach from ourselves as living beings. But ignorance and attachment are also to be using only. No rejecting, no attaching. This is the real gain. The highest gain from the created someone to change as creator. I can do many things because I can understand many things, because I detach from the side of created someone and I'm trying to see from the side of creator. I'm also teaching you all to detach from the created someone. If you are interested in food, money, discipline, all are created truth. So you need to detach. In this way, you can be creator of God, money, country, art, universe. So really interesting. Now I'm creating our own the Bhava Center, and then we are free to use our own center. We are not free to use other center.
You mean becoming creator is like becoming ignorance and attachment?
Understanding ignorance and attachment is not. Understanding from the side of ignorance and attachment is mindfulness and detachment. Ignorance and attachment don't understand about mindfulness and detachment. Only mindfulness and detachment can understand the truth of ignorance and attachment. That's why we need to practice mindfulness and detachment to know more and more about ignorance and attachment. Knowing about ignorance and attachment is mindfulness and detachment. So we need to learn every ignorance and attachment. The more we know more and more about ignorance and attachment, the power of mindfulness and detachment will be stronger and stronger.
Sayadaw, sometimes when Virginia and I discuss, uh, I don't really want to explain everything because I would like that you explain to her. So one of the subjects was that it could be so nice if all people, when they come to the spiritual organization, when they come to practice, if they were all loving and supportive and open, kind. But as we see in Tabarwa, there are all different kinds of bad behaviors and bad attitudes, and we are not in peace with each other. So it could be so nice if it was all nice, but bad habits happen and you don't um, control to those people and their behavior, and there are no rules to make everybody function according to one type of liking. So why is it like this, that we have all different bad attitudes instead of having just loving kindness altogether? Mm?
Also, maybe because doing good deeds on your name is not the same than doing good deeds for someone. And there's, I don't know the difference between good deeds and compassion. And I got confused about this.
Difference or similarity about good deeds and compassion. Also, how this is involved among people, that we are here.
And to do the good deed for him, even if you do it for someone. In the name of it's not the same.
This is like a separate question already. Still the same. And if we do good,
Yeah, if people do good deed for you on your name, then there is not really a care for the other ones. It's not really true compassion. No. It's good because it's always better to do good deed than to do bad deed. It's helpful. But still, it's like, if it's detachment and good deed, then where is the humanity? Because what I liked when I discovered about you is the humanist side also. I was really surprised when I saw some videos so that it's possible. I was really, really happy to see that. And then I felt it's not really in the practice. It's a bad good deed for you, but there's not really, I don't know what to say. No, it's more like there's no real empathy. It's more something for you, but not something really truly felt by empathy or humanism. I don't know what to say. But maybe I'm new, so maybe this is a really naive question and I didn't get the whole point. I guess so.
So when people do good deeds because you teach to do good deeds and you help us to do good deeds, but probably we don't do from pure heart, from our own feeling, but we do just only guided by you. And there is no empathy. Empathy like feeling towards the others, taking the shoes of the other, being in the situation of the other.
In the beginning, it will be the same for most of the beginner in doing good deeds. Only by doing good deeds for a long time, the mind will change. If you are doing good deeds, you are dealing with Dhamma. In this way, the power of Dhamma will change your mind. Dhamma will reduce your greed, anger, and delusion. More and more in this way, your mind will be more and more healthy and wealthy with loving kindness, having less wanting and less ignorant.
Like the first question of the person who was, like the first question of the person who was following Osho, should it not start by meditations and the good deeds are genuine, are true, because it starts from meditation and is detachment, and then you start to feel the meta thing, I don't know, the thing, the love for humanity, and then when you do the good deed, it's not for ego, oh, I did a good deed for my master, but it's really for the other one. And does it not everything start by meditation only? I don't know.
So, as the Indian Tabarwa member, new Tabarwa member, was saying that Osho suggests that metta towards the others should come naturally by the practice of meditation. So Virginia is wondering, isn't it meditation which is most important when we also practice detachment and we detach from our defilements, probably from our habits? Then we have the natural call for helping others, because by the practice of meditation we have the development of those Brahma Viharas, of metta, for example, and then we want to do naturally the good deeds instead of doing good deeds just for you as the teacher. Yes, and maybe for your own ego, that I am good because I'm doing good deed.
If we are practicing meditation with right understanding, we are reducing our own ignorance and attachment, which means we are reducing our greed, anger, and delusion more and more. In this way, there will be less and less greed, anger, and delusion. Greed is the cause of not satisfying what we already have. Greed is the cause of more and more wanting. Anger is the cause of danger. We are not safe because of our own anger. We are not getting most of what we want because of our greed. We don't understand the truth because of our delusion. So as much as we are able to reduce our own greed, anger and delusion, we can get more and more what we want. We are more safe and more knowing about the truth. So what we all are doing here by conducting meditation retreat like this is to reduce the personal and collective greed, anger and delusion of the mind. If you are grasping about the teaching and practice of Osho, you are difficult to understand this kind of teaching and practice. I can detach from traditional teaching and practice. That's why I can understand, teach and practice beyond the limit of tradition. My teaching and practice like this is also to be using only. If you attach on this teaching and practice, you must detach again. Most of the meditators are attaching on one method and one master. That is misusing. Ready for lunch or not?
He's pretty much ready, yeah. They're setting aside on the table up outside. He's pretty much ready. He can wrap it up. Yes. So we can wrap it up.
We can finish now. You have a few minutes before the lunch starts.
Yeah, I see this one.
Yes.
So yes, meditation is the